Hi there. Today we want to talk about how you can talk about your resume gap in 3 easy steps.
Yes, this is a question we get all the
Mhm.
time, and we're just going to clean it right up for you and send you on your way.
And it feels anything other than easy because
Yeah,
it's the question we all dread.
absolutely.
Mhm.
So, most women will wait for the question to come up, and they're often praying that it doesn't come
That's
up.
right.
Don't do that.
Exactly. Because this puts you on the defensive. It
Absolutely.
distracts you. So if you're distracted or defensive, you are not going to be
Oh, it's
putting
running the room. That's
absolutely.
exactly what's happening.
Exactly. You're not going to be presenting your best self in the interview.
Mhm.
But the other risk is they may not ask it. And you might feel like you're off the hook, but you are not off the hook. If they don't ask the question, they either haven't noticed it yet, because we all know, even if we do a really good job of showing accomplishments during the time that we weren't working in a conventional sense, we know the hiring manager knows that something has happened here when you were a VP of product marketing and now you're the leader of the PTO or whatever it is. So if they don't ask you the question, they either didn't notice it yet or they've already written you off. They knew I've got to go through this interview, but I'm not going to invite this person into the job because she hasn't worked in 10 years. So the risk, if they haven't seen it yet, is that they will see it. They'll see it the minute you walk out the door and they're starting to look more carefully, or when they're in the debrief room and someone says, "Hey, I like that Kelly person, but did you notice she hasn't worked in 10 years?" And if that's the case,
All sorts of assumptions.
right, the
made on
story
their
is going to be told by them and it will never be favorable.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why step number two is important, and that is to play offense. And you
Right.
are going to lead with your career break story. This is a powerful moment.
Mhm.
You do not want to miss this because you want no one making up your story.
That's right.
You want to be able to tell that.
So this puts you in control.
Yep.
It gets the hard part out of the way. You always like to say ripping the Band-Aid off, but
Yeah.
it kind of is. And that elephant that you're bringing into the room,
Right.
that, oh my God, no one's going to hire me because I haven't
Mhm.
worked in 7 years or whatever that elephant
Mhm.
is no longer going to become a significant presence. You're dealing with it early. You're dealing with it in a controlled, scripted fashion with confidence.
Yep.
And that's it. You're
Right.
moving on.
Right. It stops running the room.
That's right.
It stops. That's how you do it, right?
Mhm.
You are going to be in control of it and you are
Right.
going to bring up your story first. So, okay, so how do we tell the story? There are key elements that are really important in telling the career break story, and we're going to walk you through those right now.
So the first one, really simple. I loved my job. I was really good at it. And then I either had children or my parents became ill or whatever it is that pulled you out of work. And I had to make a difficult decision. It was a sacrifice to leave my career, but it's one that I'm glad I made. And that is it.
Yes.
No detail.
Yes. Let's just take 1 minute
Yeah.
around this because oftentimes we feel like we have to overtalk and explain that gap, the reason why you left. It may be very emotionally charged for you. The emotional charge of that should be reserved for the people in your life that are a soft place to land. It is not when you're sitting across from a hiring manager or in a professional sense. It's just the facts.
Right. Because we also don't want to get into that emotional
No.
state.
No,
We want to move on. And we want the focus to be on what we're bringing back
Right.
to the workplace, not why we left it. So step 2 is during my time out of conventional paid work, I perfected my existing skills. And I learned some new ones too in my roles as the treasurer of this nonprofit, as an advocate for the disabled. I did pro bono work for the Legal Defense Fund, whatever it is.
But I did some really professional
Right.
stuff.
And
I'm
again,
going to educate you.
just a
about
few
that.
little examples, but the key is that I not only perfected my existing skills, but I learned new ones
Right.
as well. So I'm actually, you're not saying this, but you're thinking, I'm a better candidate now than I was before my break.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then the third step, bringing it all together. This is kind of the setting the tone for the interview. So now that my children are grown or my spouse is recovered, whatever it is, I am so excited to bring everything that I've learned from my experience in business school to my experience in the corporate world to my leadership roles in the community back into the workplace. And I'm here today to see if we're a good fit. I'm really excited to begin this conversation. Period.
End of conversation.
It really puts them it kind of puts them in their place. You've already sealed the deal. There's nothing more for them to ask.
Yeah.
Right. And we're moving on.
I think the bigger thing for women is that you are telling your story and it gives the women that come after you the permission, that permission to do the same. We have to educate people about the importance of the work that's being done in those gap years. And this is your opportunity to do that for your
It
own
is.
self.
And it's a way to normalize career breaks. I mean, about 80% of women take some type of break, whether they're taking a clean break from work or they're stalling in a job for 7 years, or they're not going for the promotion, or they're going part-time. I mean, it's the majority of us are doing that. We should not have to dance around this. And the more, to Kelly's point, the more we as women are talking about this confidently, the way that we just described, then the more normal it is and the more expected it is. So when a new hiring manager is hearing it, it's not for the first time.
No.
Right.
And it really is what moves the needle, right? It makes the difference for us all as a collective. So the last piece is just, you want to be very, very mindful of your delivery. And you talked a little bit about this, that when you're delivering it, it's with confidence, but let's go a little
I think the confidence comes from you are not apologizing. And that can just be tone
There's
of voice.
nothing to apologize for. This is your life. This is your story, right?
And you've made meaningful contributions, not only to your family, but probably to the community in which you live.
Absolutely.
So no apologizing, no defending. You mentioned no oversharing.
No.
And I think
these are not your people.
And they don't deserve to know it.
Right.
And I think the last piece would be script it out. Sit down and write those 3 sentences down, just like we set them up. Love my work, really good at it. Something happened, sacrifice to leave, glad I made it. 2, I got even better during that time. 3, I'm bringing it all back into the workplace. Sit down, write it out, practice it, and deliver it with that same kind of brevity and confidence, so that this is done, we're moving on.
Absolutely. Okay. So there you have it. 3 easy steps to delivering that explanation for the gap on your resume. If you liked what you heard today, you can like and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about us and our programming, you can visit us at www.preparetolaunchu.com. Thank you.